Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. We want to be taking a look at Jasmy one more time, of course. I know that a lot of people have kind of lost interest in the market right at this point. A lot of losses were sustained, obviously, because if you take a look at this chart right there from the moment Jasmy was making its peak right around something like 2.7 cents all the way back to the support levels, that was something like negative 43%. So I get it. If you are buying Jasmy for the very first time and experiencing something like this, you definitely would be disheartened, right? But I just want to give you a pick me up, right? Because this is basically the order of the day in crypto, right? This is exactly what happens time and again. You also realize that if you would have just bought the support level right around something like 1.5 cents here for Jasmy and targeting the top of the range around something like 2.7 or 2.6 cents as well, you're targeting at least something like 75%. So that's just how big the ranges are in the market, and people get shaken out because of how long this whole thing's play out right there. I mean, for example, this has been something like almost 61 days, 62 days right there. So people get frustrated with sideways price action, but I think that we have got a lot of things that we are supposed to look forward to here with Jasmy. I'm just going to walk you through exactly what I'm seeing here on these specific prices right there. But before we get there, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for Jasmy content will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I want to encourage you to do so, really, because I do TA on Jasmy and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me further running my mouth too much, let's actually get into the daily time frame. So yes, we are going back to the trading range one more time, but we are going to pull out a couple of indicators that we have been tracking over the last few updates, and we were saying that, look, yeah, we are stuck in this range by the right sideways action, but take a look at this. The MACD was already indicating to us that we're gaining strength, right, although the price was still turning to the downside. Look at this. The first push here to the downside was with great momentum. You could look at these red candles, right? They were really big and they were steep, right? But the second one was a little bit weaker, because you can also see the candles here were a little bit, you know, showing less momentum to the downside. The third one, the fourth one, really pretty much the same stuff. And take a look at what is happening right now. We get the cross, the bullish cross that we were anticipating, and now we can finally start seeing that Jasmy is trying to build some bullish momentum right there relative to the MACD, right? We are also tracking the RS, and we are saying that usually in bullish situations or bullish circumstances, you don't want to drop below something like 38. This is exactly what Jasmy was doing, holding that support level right there. And the next thing that we just want to see for confirmation, right? Because remember, I'm saying that we are stuck in a range right now, right? Nothing is really clear just yet. Of course, the market is super red, super green, sorry, right at this point. I mean, this is just the beginning signs, but is Jasmy out of the woods just yet? Not really, in my humble opinion. Yes, we have got positive indications right at this point in the market, but I really cannot say definitely that this is it. We are out, right? We need to see more follow through with Jasmy right there. So I mean, if we were down here, definitely I would have advised to buy the support level, and that's exactly what I was saying back then, because I was saying that support is bought, resistance is definitely sold, and this is where we are here with Jasmy right now, looking for confirmation to go higher. So when I'm talking about confirmation going higher to backtest the top of the range here, something like 2.7 cents, what exactly am I talking about? I'm talking about Fibonacci retracement levels. You still see that we have been fighting them left, right, and center, right? So this is specifically the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, right around something like 2. Maybe we can say $0.00207 here. So we want to see the Jasmy price at breaking and closing above that level, because it has been a resistance before, but we want to see that level being cleared and moving and shifting to higher Fibonacci retracement levels as high as something like 2.3 cents. Then we can actually say, you know what, we are finally out of this whole thing. So is it a good time to be buying Jasmy right at this point? I really don't know. I mean, I would have preferred to buy a white around something like 1.5, 1.6 right there, when the price was even much lower than it is right now. I mean, from there we're already looking at something like a 26%. So that's just how the ranges happen in this market. But short term wise, yes, this is what we have. What about the long term, right? What exactly are we targeting here with Jasmy? I've shown you structures time and again that I haven't given up at this point, and I think that everybody should actually see this, right? So remember, we have been saying that look, Jasmy has got a structure that is actually turned out to be a fantastic one over the years. if you are looking for a 50x, if you are looking for a 100x, this is the specific structure that you should be looking for here. So take a look at this Jasmy price action. Yes, I mean, pretty much looking beaten from the $5 mark that it was indicating right there, but we know that there were supply issues, right? So we don't really focus on that too much. What I'm interested in here with Jasmy is this specific structure that we are seeing here, of this kind of crashing waves and then a rally before you just flatten out and continue trading to the upside. We have seen this before multiple times in so many examples just across the market. That's why I have so much a belief in this one, right? So the first example that I want to pull out, obviously maybe you've seen it before, is none other than ADA Cardano, and it was really one of the best performers last bull market, and you can see that that was also coming off of the structure that Jasmy is presenting to us right at this point. So you can also see the same structure right there with the complete crushing wave right there. You have got a retrace, maybe a rally before this thing just go flat, I mean, and then eventually take a look at what happens. But so I'm gonna pull the Jasmy one back right at this point, and you see exactly where we are here, right? We're just somewhere around this whole thing, and I think that any moment from now, just from a time frame perspective as well, we are looking pretty set for something like this here to happen for Jasmy. Now, what are the exact price targets that we'll be looking at? We're using Fibonacci retracement tools one more time to try and judge where the whole thing can go. So from the top of the structure to the very bottom here, we are looking at here for Cardano, it was a close, something like the 2.618 Fibonacci extension level, right? Coming back to Jasmy and pretty much applying the same thing. We want to do this, grab your Fibonacci retracement tool from very top right there of the structure to the very bottom. We are seeing that our 2.618 Fibonacci extension level lies around something like 86 cents per. So this definitely is one of the best case scenarios that I have for Jasmy. Obviously, what I can't do right at this point is try to predict when exactly that is going to happen, right? It's so hard to try and predict time, but I think the trajectory here is clear for Jasmy. Something like 86 cents is something that is still in the picture, at least for me, right? So was Cardano the only example? Definitely not. We even had the same example here with even the king of altcoins, Ethereum itself, and here the Ethereum example is like the ultimate best case scenario right there, because you're also seeing the same structure right there, sharp corrective waves, you rally before you just go flat into the whole thing right there, and applying pretty much the same concept of Fibonacci retracement tools from the very top of that to the very bottom here. What you just end up realizing is that Ethereum was hitting the 3.618 Fibonacci extension level, coming back to Jasmy and looking at trying to predict where the whole thing would go. A 3.618 Fibonacci extension level indicates that Jasmy will be around something like $1.20. That's definitely a very good price, I guess, in my humble opinion. Even the 86 cents one is a good one, but it's going to take a lot, obviously, for the Jasmy project to be a much bigger success. But we need a market cap of about something like $60 billion or something like that. Is it impossible to achieve? I think it's something that is very possible to achieve, considering that Jasmy is a unique project, and it's not going to be sharing any kind of market cap with any other projects unless we have got new projects in the market trying to do the same thing that Jasmy is doing. But right at this point, Jasmy is like uniquely positioned for something that is fantastic. Right now, I wanted to show you also like some of the worst case scenarios. I'm putting that in quotes, obviously, because in actuality they were not like worst case scenarios. They were really, really fantastic. Right, one example that I can give you is something like the NEO price that back then in something like 2017 as well, and you also see the exact same structure that we are experiencing here with Jasmy, right? So those crashing waves one more time, you have a small bounce here before you just capitulate and go right flat, right? But take a look at it. This one really didn't get above this previous peak that we are taking a look at, and considering here that will be something like 33 cents for Jasmy, right? So in the case that Jasmy isn't as bullish as we anticipate, right, and never gets above something like 33 cents, where exactly can it go to, right? I'm taking a look at Fibonacci retracement levels one more time and basically applying the same concept of grabbing it from the very top of the structure to the very bottom, and we eventually see that NEO hit something like the 702 Fibonacci retracement level, or the extension levels. Should Jasmy do that in the worst case scenario, because this really was one of the worst performance right there, we are looking at Jasmy taking it to something like 23 cents. That is still a 10x from where the price is sitting right now. So if your worst case scenario is something like a 10x from where the price is sitting, the best case scenarios are really looking fantastic. If your worst case scenario is something like 10x I really don't know what much more you want in this market. Why this market cannot be more generous than that. I think that we have got like fantastic price section that we are looking forward to here with Jasmy. But obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I say, alright? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the very next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves.